Alright, let's gaze at the starry sky of Starman Stage. And appropriately, we have anti-gravity effects. We can jump really high. And we have all these meteors that are falling down, and we'll demonstrate the gravity hold. We'll send them up into the sky. It looks kind of silly, but I enjoy it. Those guys there can be kind of tricky to hit. Just keep your distance, or if you can time a charge shot correctly, that will get rid of them. And we'll just pick up a bunch of extra lives. Mega Man 5 is kind of known for having lots of extra lives. I think that's enough wasting the napalm bomb for now. And once again, we'll ignore that guy. And this is our halfway point already. And there's an M for I like barrier weapons. That's probably not what it stands for. And this is the trickiest jump of the stage. This is kind of like the Dr. Wily stage in Mega Man 4 where we were under the water and we had to make a jump over 4 spikes with spikes on the ceiling. But other than that, Starman Stage isn't too difficult. Shoot that missile on the bottom and then just slide through the rest. Ooh, I'm going to fill up something. I just like dropping bombs on these guys. And here's one of the other larger enemies. You can only shoot him, well, you guessed it, in that little glowing eye. And this is not the kind of party I want to be invited to. Ooh, come on, guys. Oh, he got a hit on me. He wasn't supposed to be able to do that. The cone heads aren't too much of a problem here because you can just jump so far high you're off the screen and then just take out those little catapult guys quickly. Overall, not a difficult stage other than that one jump and almost jumping into the spikes there. That can make things difficult. And Starman himself isn't tricky either. He'll put a nice star barrier around, he'll hop, but you have plenty of room to maneuver, and you have the anti-gravity, so you can jump really high. Other than that, there's not much to Starman. He trapped me in the corner. And boom! And that will get us the Star Crash. Functions very similarly to the Skull Barrier from Mega Man 4. Only you can launch this one by pressing the fire button, so it doesn't launch just by moving in a direction like the Leaf Shield does. And we also get Super Arrow, which is a utility weapon that can create platforms that we can climb on. But the platforms have to stick to walls because it's an arrow. Let's go to Stone Man next. And these Metars, they'll split into 3 when you shoot them. I like that. Let's send them away. Bats, I don't have time for you guys. There's nothing down that pit that's not an alternate path or anything. It looks tempting, it looks weird to have it there, because who would actually fall down that? But it's there, and it serves no real reason. We'll send those guys away because they're annoying. And we have G for good job at finding the path there, Mega Man. So I do enjoy the designs of the stages in Mega Man 5. They're not too challenging though, for the most part. There's a couple tricky ones that we'll get to later on. Otherwise, things are pretty streamlined here. Oh, I don't want to deal with you guys either. Alright, so is anyone else surprised I haven't pulled out the barrier weapon yet? There's too much stuff on the screen, so we'll send it away. No. And there's one more hidden path here where you can shoot the block and then take some damage. And we get an M tank. The M stands for it probably doesn't. But what the M tank does is it will refill all of your special weapon energies from all your weapons and your life. We're running low on gravity hold and we still have a lot of small enemies to deal with. Oh, I was wondering how long it'd take before we get another one up. Ooh, full health. I use it just because I can. And it does absorb projectiles, just like before. Probably not the best to use on those guys. And now we'll demonstrate the new Rush Coil. He doesn't bounce higher than the previous ones. You have to actually jump off of it. These guys can go away, and so can those guys. Now that energy tank up there can be kind of tricky to get, and I don't feel it's that necessary. We're already up to our maximum amount of lives, and by the way, I lied, there's one more path where you can shoot the bricks. And I think we're nearing the end of this stage. And the boss chamber is right up here. Going up or down there doesn't matter too much. Just take whichever path suits your fancy. I personally find the upper path to be easier. And this is Stone Man. He's weak to the napalm bombs. So when he does his big hop, that's when he'll that'll be his final hop before crumbling into a pile of stones. When he's in a pile of stones, you can't damage him. He also has an attack where he'll send out a couple stones and they'll rotate around and spread out a little bit. They're not too difficult to dodge. But Stone Man himself isn't too difficult, and kind of like Dust Man from the last game, we beat him before we let him show all his attacks. I guess Stone Man was hopping mad. Okay. Next time we will go to probably Charge Man.